this is Bronwynlund from Bornholm Tours, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to try a walk and talk film, and I'm here with my very, very good friend Marie fra Paradishusel. And actually the idea is that I'm going to interview Marie about her life as a Bornholmer and what it's like to live on the island. So I hope you enjoy the tour. I think it's because of the coal mining, right? Yes. That it's like this, that they just mined all the coal and then just dumped all the sand. Yes. And so it's actually man-made sand dunes.
It's man-made moonwalk.
Man-made moonwalk. Actually, this is a bit of an easier path, isn't it?
Yes.
It's breathtaking.
It's so different from what we're used to.
Yeah, it's very different. You wouldn't think it was Bornholm. You'd think it was what's that place in Gran Canaria, in the Canary Islands?
At the valley?
Yeah, one of the islands is a volcano island.
Yeah, I've been there. I have vlogs at home from it.
What's Tenerife? No, it's not Tenerife. That's not in the Canary Islands, is it? Oh, yeah.
There's also like this in Gran Canaria.
Yeah. So it's just like but it's not volcanic at all. It's just from the coal mining. Oh, it's very muddy here.
Yes, I'm taking pictures of you. Uh-oh. I don't think you can walk this way.
No, I think that's... I'll just go round the corner and then I'll come back because it's all rocky. I think I have a hole in my gum boot.
What was it like down there?
I just did some footage of it so you'll be able to see. It's much the same as the other side actually, not much different.
The next thing you should try is drone.
Yep, exactly. Drone, and I also want to start kayaking.
Oh, I would like to do that.
There's a kayak club.
Yeah, he's next to.
Yeah, maybe we should join that after I get back from Australia. My sister has to get her to think we'll start it now because I think the wind is low enough.
Yes.
So thanks for suggesting that area to go and look at, Marie. I've never been here before, and it's certainly a nice secret.
Yes, I never
spot.
been here before either.
And how did you find out about it?
I saw a picture on Instagram
Ah,
from one of my followers.
yeah. Oh, great. And so you just thought, oh, I really want to see that.
Yeah, we need to go there. It's like a moon.
Yeah.
We just want to go to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's on Bornholm.
Yeah, I like the island because there's so many different places to go for walks.
Yeah.
We have everything.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We have every type of different forest and all sorts of things, don't we? Even in winter, it's great.
Yes.
So just going back to Instagram, it's a great platform, isn't it, for keeping in contact, and you've been using Instagram for a while now. Is that
Yes,
is that because of your travels, or how did you sort of start to?
I started being on Instagram because I love following people all around the world and
Yeah.
looking into their lives and learning about how it is to be a family in other places than Bornholm.
Yeah.
And you know, I love to cook, and
Yes.
I like to share that with the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My happiness
Yeah.
in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and also because I want to show people that the small things in life can be very important.
Yep. Yep. That's
Like
so
a
true.
stone that you find on the beach, or your breakfast. But just want to show people love can be different things.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've grown up on Bornholm,
Yes.
and then you spent some time living away from Bornholm,
Yeah, 10 years.
and then you moved back to Bornholm. So tell us a little bit about that experience, Marie.
Because I was away from 10 years, it was just like being you, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because all my friends left the island, so I went home and I needed to network again. I needed to make a new life on Bornholm, not the old one
Ah.
anymore.
Okay. Right. So different. You're also living in a different town, right?
Yeah, and people said, my mom and dad, you can't move to Nexø, it's very long away. Because they live on the other side of the island.
And how far is it from where you grew up, next to? How many kilometres?
I don't know, it's almost in Rønne.
So about 20 kilometres?
Yeah, that would be that. But that's
Okay.
a long way for my mom and dad.
Yeah, it is.
You
It is.
can't buy a house in Kastrup, they said. You can't buy a house in Svanike, you need to be close. Like Østermarie, that's in the middle.
Yes, yeah.
But when I saw my house next to it,
Yep.
I just know that was where I want to be.
You knew that was the place you wanted to live in. And that's certainly where you do a lot of your posting from, and, you know, spend a lot of your happy days, right?
That's where all the love is.
Yeah, that's right. That's home, isn't it?
And when you
Home
do
is
like
where-
I did, you get a lot of new friends.
Yes, yep. Like us.
Yes. I'm very lucky that way.
But we're actually school mums, so.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, you know, your experiences in the 10 years. Like, what was it like when you left the island, having grown up here? And, you know, I mean, it's a small
Oh, it
island
was
and a
really
small
weird.
community, and then going out into the big wide world. Like, how was
I
that?
think maybe the good thing was that first I lived in the Cook Islands. So
Mm-hmm.
I tried to go out in the world and be myself.
Yeah,
That was a good experience. Because when I went away from the island, it's big and there's trains and people do drugs and people
Yeah.
go partying, and you can buy all you want in the world. It's a weird place for a sensitive person like me.
yes,
I needed to go to a university in a city I never been to.
and
I
that was
kinda
Aarhus?
scared. No, I lived in Aalborg.
Aalborg.
Yeah, so in the top of Denmark.
Okay, on Jutland.
Yes. But it helped me that I'm very good at talking with everybody.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah. So I
That's
got a
good.
lot of nice friends up there too.
And then when you finished your studies, you did a fair bit of travel, right?
No, I just traveled home.
Right, okay.
it
And
was-
but then didn't you go to New Zealand?
No, that was before.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
right.
That was for growing up. Getting big and strong and not nervous for life.
Right, and then you went and studied after you'd
Yes.
been travelling the world. living in fact in another place.
Yes. So I was ready to do that because when you're from Bornholm, it's a little safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to get a kick to go another place.
Yeah, and have different experiences and grow, right?
Yes. Because it is very safe and our kids are having a very good childhood here.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's looking after them.
So how about moving back to the island? Why did you move back to the island, and what's it been like to come back and be grown up on the island, I guess?
In the beginning it was hard because I didn't know that many people, so I was a little alone. But I wanted to go back so I could grow a garden and be self-inspired with all my dreams and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I just did that in the beginning. And then when the kids started school, I learned a lot of people that way.
Okay, so a lot of your friends are through the school,
Yes.
through Villa being in school, and and the kindy, of course. Yeah, that's right.
Because there's not a lot of spiritual people here.
Yeah.
When I lived in the small China, I was in a spiritual community and went with other people. They hide here
Oh, why do they do that?
because it's a safe place for people to come.
Oh, okay. So they come here and it's a bit of a refuge from...
Yes. Like most of the people here are unique or
Yes.
a little weird.
Yes, that's true. There's place for difference here
Yeah.
on the island. I think that's very true. After having lived in Copenhagen for 15 years, in Copenhagen it's very important to, conform, I think, or more important. I mean, there's still different people, like look at Christiania.
But it could be
But Bornholm there's place for it here, I think.
but it can also be a problem because people hide. They have enough in themselves. They go to the woods, they're themselves.
Yep.
They don't have to go on a travel to or meditate in group or something like that.
So they're happy in themselves
Yes,
and with their own company.
like we say now, and everything makes me happy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you think of, like, what's your philosophy on happiness? Because there's been a lot of information about that, hasn't there? There's been a lot of study about it, and especially here in Scandinavia, I think from my experience anyway, the Scandinavians, probably the closest to being
Happy.
relatively happy most
Yeah.
of the time. So what's your sort of
For me, it's the
philosophy
oneness,
on that?
I think.
Mhm.
That I have to remember that everybody is one,
Yeah.
and if somebody is mad at me, it's not something with them, but it's also something inside of me.
Okay.
And I have to see the positive things and everything.
Yeah.
And normally I'm very good at that.
So are you saying that you take on a little bit of responsibility for someone else's behaviour towards you, or how
Yes,
do
because
you...
I have to look in myself to see what it's about.
Okay. You have to know for yourself.
Yes.
Hmm.
Because we come to this world to learn. So if everything's flat, if everything's flat, you don't learn. It's like a roller coaster. It goes up and down, up and down.
Yep. Yep.
If you're only happy all the time, you're not going to learn anything.
No. And then you forget what happiness is because
Yes.
you've got nothing to compare it with,
Yes,
right?
you need to feel when you grow up in the morning and go out in your garden with your cup of tea that it's perfect and nice, and you need to feel the small moments. That is what makes Scandinavians happy.
Okay.
Small things.
Yep. Mhm.
Because we get divorced and we lose kids and all horrible stuff,
Yep.
but we see the good in the world, the good in people.
Yep. But
You can say we are naive.
no,
Well,
I don't think it's a naivety. I think I actually think it's this ability to take responsibility, because in a lot of other nations there's a real culture of blame. I blame you for this, and the economy for this, and the parliament for that, and it's all the government's fault. And whereas in Scandinavia, people don't really have that attitude. Some do, of course, you can't generalise. but I find generally that most people that I talk to who are Danish, they don't have that blame culture. They're not really looking out for other people to blame for their situation. And so I found it really interesting to hear you say that you look inside yourself for the answer, even though it's the other person's behaviour. I think that's a new concept.
Like
People who
you can say I tap into some because it's like the Aboriginals.
Yeah,
I think
Yep.
Scandinavians has that too.
have a sort of dream time,
Yeah.
because the Aboriginals have the dream time, of course, and they have a very strong connection with the land
Yes.
and with the universe.
And we have that too,
Yep.
especially on this island because it's like you can feel the chakras in the earth if you want to.
Yep. Mhm.
There's vibrations.
Yep.
The vibrations are very, very high on this island. Also because
Ah.
there's a lot of quartz,
Okay.
you know, the crystal,
Yes. Mhm.
and it makes everything vibrate.
Right.
So you get really relaxed being here.
So it's not just the, quietness of the island and
It's the underground.
it's actually the rock itself.
Yes,
Mm.
it's one giant crystal you're walking on.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. Maybe we can show the viewers. I actually found a piece of that.
Yes, you did. You found it down on the beach.
Can you see it? This is quartz, and this is what the island is made of. And it vibrates at a very, very, very high quality.
I shouldn't nod because then it makes the view a bit funny.
It's okay.
Well, that's excellent. So, any other words of wisdom you want to impart to someone who's watching this video, or
You have
some of your Instagram followers who I'm sure are going to love seeing this?
Oh, I just want to say to all the people looking at this, just remember the small things. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you kids hug you, or you get a kiss from your husband in the cheek, just be happy. Happy
Yep.
for the little things. Don't worry. Just be happy and be blessed about all the things you have in your life, not the things you don't have.
Okay, well, I think that's... Oh no, we need to stop here because the wind's going to get too... But I think that's great. So do you want to wrap it up and say...
Be happy!
Bye? Fantastic.
Yes, and welcome to my island if you come. Come and have a cup of tea.